Chinese English is among the most prominent emerging Englishes. Chinese English is the evidence of the expansion of English beyond the British colonies. In this module, we'll take a look at the history and spread of English in China. English reached China in 1637 with British traders. These British traders had regular trade with China through the port cities of Macau and Canton. Macau is a special administrative region in China, and Canton is the old name of this major Chinese city of Guangzhou. Canton was then the terminal of maritime Silk Route, and even today it is the hub of trade and transportation in China. However, the term Chinese pigeon was not used until 1859. The Opium Wars also played a very important role in the spread of English in China. Opium Wars were the two wars which were fought between the British and Chinese. These wars involved Anglo-Chinese dispute over the British trade to China, especially of opium, and the Chinese sovereignty. As a result of these wars, at the end of these wars, several treaties were signed between China and other Western powers, including Britain. As an outcome of these treaties, several treaty ports were established in China. Treaty Port was the name given to several port cities in China and Japan. These cities and these treaties, before we go any further, we must also note that these treaties were unequal treaties. They did not favor the Chinese government or Chinese people, but they favored the British or other Western powers. So as a result of these treaties, several port cities or treaty ports were formed, established in China, and these treaty ports were open to the foreigners, which included the British and also other Westerners. And since these treaties were unequal anyway, they gave extraterritorial rights to these foreigners, and several churches, clubs, racecourses were established for the entertainment of these people. So in this way, China opened itself up to merchants, colonial officials, as well as to missionaries. So wherever these Western powers went, they also brought missionaries with them to spread Christianity. In the beginning, access to an educated variety of English was possible through missionary schools. So it was through these missionaries who had come to China to preach Christianity that people were exposed to an educated variety of English. Gradually, an Anglo-Chinese culture developed not only in Shanghai but also other centers of English education. So wherever English education was imparted, it also in a way introduced people to the English culture. In terms of the present state of English in China, it's not an institutionalized language, nor is it used as an internal link language. Although China is a multi-ethnic and multilingual country, there are about more than 50 cultures living in China and more than 80 languages spoken in China. Despite this multilingual, multi-ethnic profile of China, English is not used as a language of linking with people speaking different languages in China. Despite this lack of use of English for a language of interlink between people who speak different languages in China, it is growing in terms of range and depth, which means the domains of use of English are increasing, and also the socio-economic level of society where English is used or who use English is also increasing. English has also replaced Russian as the most important foreign language which is learned in English, and it happened after the Chinese government opened its doors to other countries, especially Western countries, at the end of the Cultural Revolution. One of the test subjects for entrance to college is also English, which means that to get into a college, students have to pass a test of English, and this gives us an idea of the importance which is being given to English these days. In the beginning, access to English was limited to the university-educated elite only in China. Despite this limited use of English in China, it has impacted the written form of Chinese, and it has also exerted some influence on lexical borrowings and on syntax of Chinese. These borrowings are in the pure form of English. Chinese, especially in the beginning, did not really believe in adapting English, and used or preferred the standard British English as a model. Some other functions of English in China include Christian proselytization, which means the preaching of English, Christianity, when these missionaries want to convert people to Christianity, they of course do it through English. It is also used for politicization purposes, for modernization and internationalization. The Chinese government has realized that in this global world there's a dire need for people to know China, so it is used for diplomacy and other global purposes. It is used internationally only in these domains as medical, engineering and media. So there was a time when the use of English was restricted only to learning it as a foreign language. Now we see that the range of domain of its use is increasing, and it is used at least in medical, engineering and media even in China.